Welcome to the Voices of the Goddess podcast. We believe that there is a goddess inside each and every one of us. When we use our voice to share that goddess, we support and uplift each other. Join us each week as we interview women to receive the message of their goddess within. Hello and welcome to Voices of the Goddess podcast. I'm Julietta, the magical PT, and here with me, my partner in crime.
Hey everyone, Allison Mancini, your wellness warrior.
And today we are joined by Racheli, your mortgage friend. Racheli, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Hi guys, I'm really looking forward to being here with these two amazing women. I'm a mortgage advisor here in sunny South Florida, looking to help people get into homeownership by knowing exactly what they can qualify for right from the get-go, so they don't need to go through all kinds of denials just before the closing.
Yeah, I have to say I used Racheli to buy my first house when I was 50 years old, like super crazy and whatever. And, being an entrepreneur, it's not as easy as when you have a job and a normal steady paycheck. And Racheli just held my hand the whole way through and just made the process super easy. So I love you, Racheli.
Thank you. I love to have happy stories. And just today, I have a client that I told her she's clear to close on Friday. And this is a person that's been trying for 4 months. Oh, not 4 months, 4 months with one guy, but before for more than a year, trying to get a home and kept getting denials. And she was very down and not happy, to say the least. And said, do you think you can really do it? Should I start celebrating? I said, we celebrate when the celebration happens, not before. But we had some hiccups, but knowing how to handle those curves in the road, that's what makes the difference between one mortgage advisor, broker, to another. And I thank God, because I was born and raised in Israel. I've been in the Israeli army. And the one biggest gift in my life that I got from the Army and the Air Force was to think outside of the box. Think where others don't think, so I can get into places where others don't get. So many times I'm able to say yes to people where many others have said no in the past. And when she said to me, she's gonna just dance all over the streets, that she's ready. And it's the first time that they're buying a home. There is nothing more pleasurable to know that you were part of that journey for that couple and family with their kids. So it's fun.
I think that's so awesome. And that must really feel amazing when you're able to help someone like that.
I call a home, it's a temple of a family. When a family has a place where they store experiences, where they store holidays, where they store memories, hopefully good ones. It put the family together. And gosh, don't we need to have a stronger family these days? So, and especially with all these lockdowns, you're stuck with your family in one home the whole time. And hopefully it's a nice home that you chose to have, and if it's too small or doesn't meet the needs to work from home, let's talk. Maybe we can get you into another one. And that's what we're seeing right now. A lot of people are changing homes because of the low rates. They're finding the possibilities to do that.
That's awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into our questions. So the first one is, Racheli, what is your superpower, or what would you choose it to be?
My superpower, honestly, is to listen and live outside the box. So, like I said before, to see things that maybe otherwise I wouldn't. Because it's very tough when you're like so part of what's going on. It's like I said to people, it's so hard to be a cucumber in the salad and to see what the salad is. You need to be out to be able to see what kind of things you have in that salad. What can you add?
That's such a great analogy. I love that. I'm going to start using that cucumber in the salad. No, that's great.
You can be a tomato.
I like tomatoes. Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
That's awesome. I love it.
All right. The next question on our list is, what is a book that has greatly influenced your life?
I'll start with Why of Simon Sinek.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this book because the way of how he puts it, most people have gone through life and have decided on goals and things that they want to do. And he talks about the why, which is basically the end goals, which there is a big difference between end goals and mean goals. Mean goals is like, okay, I want to close so many loans. I want to treat so many people. I want to sell so many whatever gadgets that I sell. These are the means goals. These are the means to another end. Why do I want to sell, to do mortgages for so many people? Because I want to put money for retirement. I want to help people get what I've been part of, which is be a homeowner, which is an American dream. And unfortunately, that American dream has been stolen from many by unsavvy mortgage brokers because they don't know how to guide them to do that. So the why is the end goal. I want to do it so I can help my daughter. I want to do it so I can pay my medical bills. I want to do it so I can have a vacation home in the islands. This is the end goal. This is what I want to end with.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the loans is what I use to do that. What Julieta and we had a conversation this morning about saving for the future. You're seeing patients and you love what you do. You're treating people, you're helping them, and in turn, you get to have what you wanted to have, which is have a financial future.
Mm-hmm. I feel like
to do it through treating people.
I feel like they should start making that like required reading for high school students.
Yeah,
start why because
nice.
honestly, I find, and I remember, and for you, I know growing up in Israel, you had to go into the military right out of high school, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So that kind of had. I feel like that gave you a little bit more time to grow up because I feel like so many of our young adults don't really know what to do with themselves and don't understand that sometimes what you're doing is get you to where you want to get to. Just like you were saying, having so many loans allows you to be able to retire, it allows you to travel, allows you to do all these things. So I think they should make that like start with why required reading.
It is, and I hope that whoever is in government would put something in place where the youth over here after high school have to go to at least a year of community service, army, whatever you want to call it, where they don't have their parents fight for them all the time in front of the teachers up until high school, and let them grow. I can tell you that when we go through the army, we are girls and boys. When we come out of the army, we are men and ladies. There is a huge shift that happens in Israel. It's 2 years for the girls, 3 years for the boys. There's a huge shift that happens while you go through this training or this situation that they put you through, that I don't have my mom to call her.
Yeah, That was always my insistence with my kids. Like, you have to go away to college. Like, you can come, like, you at least just need to go away for 1 year. You at least have to go. It doesn't have to be far, far away. You know, like my daughter's in another state, but my son, well, my son went to another state too, but I don't care if you're in the same state, but you need to like go live on your own. Like, while you still have a little bit of support from us, which is kind of essentially how in a small way it was for you guys being in the military, even though you were on your own, you still had that support of the government. But I think it's so important for young people. I don't know that we'd ever get Americans to agree to military for all of our kids.
No, it doesn't have to be military. What about community service?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a possibility.
I also like the thought of when you connect to the why, like what your, what that truly is, then you get to be open to the universe, to like how that shows up. Because like, a lot of times we get into this work mode and I have to, work hard to create what it is that I want. But sometimes those things can show up in our life in a different way other than, the path that we had laid out for it. So, if you get clarity on what your why is, and then you get to be open to the universe to how that shows up in your life.
Mm-hmm. I can give you an example that happened with Avital, my daughter, which you both know her. Mm-hmm. It was years ago when she got more involved with the horses, which she has right now a barn. She treats people with horses. And in the beginning, just to be next to horses, she said that she would like to groom horses. So I said, okay, you can look in the yellow pages. I'm talking, how many years ago?
But that's a long time ago, yellow pages.
Yeah. There was no smartphones at that time.
Okay.
And I said, we can look at the yellow pages and find some barns and find some places where you can go and make sure that you put it out there. And she said, what do you mean put it out there? I said, request that opportunities will show up. So just put it out there. So she looks at me a little crooked and she says, okay. And we are driving to the chiropractor. I'm in the passenger, she's in the driver. And I was dealing with my papers, looking at some things. And she said, Emma, look ahead. I said, what is it? We were at the traffic light. It was a horse trailer. And on the horse trailer, it says, help wanted. And I said, well, maybe they need horse grooming. So I said, call them, tell them that you're standing behind their trailer. So she calls and the guy says, you came from heaven because my wife has a show on Saturday and the person who's grooming our horses is sick and they can't come tomorrow on Friday. Can you come? Can you call my wife? So we took the number, we called, and on Friday she went grooming horses.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. But it's so true. You have to put it out there. You do have to put it out there. I learned that recently.
Yeah.
100%. All right. Our next question is, what is your favorite self-care practice?
I would say my morning routine, which is gratitude, some meditation. I don't do everything every day like ninja knives. No. I listen to my body. I listen to what it feels like I should do this morning. I have my routine with my greens in the morning and drinking lots of water first thing in the morning, just water. No coffee. I do like my cappuccino because we have a very good coffee machine here at the office. But I love my mornings. I love my mornings. And if my morning starts the right way, and definitely waking up early. So I get to do some things and I get to take my time. I'm not like, brush my teeth, put my clothes, get out of the house, blah, blah, blah. No.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's like how you set your day up just sets the tone for the rest of the day. And I've never understood people that go around rushing like crazy trying to make things happen. Like it just makes the whole day uncomfortable. So
and out there, who am I going to be in contact with today to move forward my desire to meet and help 10 people a month get into homeownership? And those people come. I mean, they come out of the pages of,
Right.
they just come, okay, contact this one, contact that one.
I think a morning routine is like so key. And I don't know if it was you, Racheli, that actually got me into that, but I know that when I was younger and my kids were younger and before I got very sick, I was one of those people that jumped out of the bed, rushing around, brushing teeth, getting kids ready, blah, 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 get them in the car. And then I had to be at work and I never had time for me. And so when I started implementing a morning routine, and I try to do essentially the same thing every morning, but sometimes time or things I have going on, it's not always happening. But my morning routine is like that is my time. Do not disturb that. I just need that time to get myself. I just need that time to myself, period. Like I kind of putz for a little bit. I empty the dishwasher, make my coffee. I drink my water. I always drink my water first, my lemon water, I kind of do that whole thing. And then I get going. And I don't know how I ever got by not doing that. I don't know what I was thinking all those years ago. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I started doing it really when my kids were younger, before I wake them up, before anybody was up in the house. So I used to wake up like 4:30, 5 o'clock and just have this time. I used to read at that time. I used to study at that time. I used to close myself in the bathroom. So they know this is my space, so don't come there. And I love it.
That's awesome.
All right.
Love that.
Our last question is, how do you create accountability in your life?
This is one thing that I am struggling with. When I have to be accountable to somebody else, it gets done. But if it's something for me, I let myself off the hook, which is not right. So that one, when I have an accountability partner, if we are looking to do things together, if it's in the marketing that I've done with one of our associates that all of us know, which is Barbara Gobi, and we had a real estate challenge for real estate agents, and we had to do things. I was there. And then I said to myself, okay, continue. But now it's me doing it for me. Something else gets done.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big things. That's why we asked that question, is because when we were doing, our market research about developing this podcast, we found most women struggle with the accountability factor and how to make that happen in their lives. But I think, Racheli, honestly, I'd use accountability partners. Julieta's been one for a long time now. I have others, and that's really, for myself, that's how I keep myself going. And I'm just becoming like an uber crazy planner now too, like to-do lists and time blocking and, trying to get that stuff done. Cause I'm the same way, Racheli. I will be like, oh, no one's going to know if I didn't do it. It was just for me anyways. Like, you know what I mean? Like and I'll just kind of let it slide. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. Like, I got to get this done. So yeah, it's hard.
I remember your mirror with the Post-it notes. You remember that?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I know.
So are you what is it called, that app that organizes things?
Trello.
Are you a Trello girl?
I love Trello. Are you kidding me? Yes, I'm all over Trello. But Trello is still like, even though, see, that's the funny thing about Trello. Like you can set up reminders and notifications, and I can look at the notification and go, oh yeah, I got to do that. And then swipe and it's gone. I mean, it's still sitting there, but it's not in my face. Like an accountability partner is in my face. Like if Julieta is calling me up, what'd you do this week? You said you were going to do this and this. Did you do it? It's a little it's hard. It's hard.
It's harder to say no to a human than to a little digital notification.
Yeah, swipe it. Get it out.
You can't swipe me away.
You can't swipe you away, Julietta.
Yeah.
Not that I'd ever want to anyways, but.
It is. So I think an accountability partner is definitely something that we should have in life. We should have one in business and one in life, just general life things.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's easier to correct when you're that close, but then when you went this far, to go back, a lot harder. You can get to New York on I-95. I'm sorry, on I-75.
There you go. As I say, on I-95, I think you can, but not on I-75.
You need somewhere to make a turn and go to I-95.
But I think it's like you said, too, even about your story with Avital, is that you have to put it out there, too. If you don't put it out there, there's no one to hold you accountable. Like the minute I started putting things out there, not only does, yes, the universe or energy, however our viewers look at it, those things start to become more and more apparent. Like you even said in your morning routine, you talk about the people you want to contact and they just kind of start, they tend to start to show up. But I think even for accountability purposes, to put things out there and to tell people, this is my goal, this is what I'm going to do. It's a little bit, I hate to use the word, but like pressure, like now I've made it known. I got to do this. I got to get it done. People are going to ask me about that. Like I'll remember years ago, okay, sad story for me, but I used to smoke. I'm just from the Midwest and a lot of people smoked when we were younger. And once I started telling people I was quitting, it definitely changed. Like I would have people asking me, hey, how's that going? And if I wasn't quitting, I was like, I felt really dumb. Like, well, not dumb, but like, oh, dang it, I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's another key part of accountability is actually putting it out there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and there's another story that I've heard from Vishen Lakshmi about the end goals and the mean goals. Is the story that he's telling about this girl that says she wanted to know how to type faster. So he said, okay, but why do you want to know how to type faster? She said, well, I'll make more money when I type faster. Mm-hmm. So you're asking her, okay, what about making money, more money will do for you? And she says, well, if I make more money, I'll be able to buy this new apartment in New York. And said, why do you want to move to New York? Because then I can move my mom from New Jersey to be with me in New York. And he says, okay, so why do you want your mom to be with you in New York? So she says, well, my father was from the war and he has all this memorabilia. And she said, if she moves with me, we can move all this memorabilia and have it all in my home and I can enjoy it too. So he says, you don't want to know how to type fast. You want to put your father's memorabilia from Second World War on your wall so you can enjoy it and be proud. So that's the why. And in order to find that why, it's a series of questions about this, why that, and that, why that, and that, why this. So you go deeper into yourself. It's easier to do it with a person rather than to do it on your own, but you can do it on your own, totally.
With an accountability partner.
It's easier, so much easier.
Yeah. So I think it's time for our takeaways. You want to go first, Allison? What was your takeaway from today?
I would say, I think, honestly, I like how Racheli brought up the fact of like putting it out there into the universe, saying it, what you want, what you're looking for. I really do believe that makes a huge difference because that's really what got me where I'm at today was I put it out there to you and to a couple of other people in BNI that we know, and here we are. And so had I never said like, oh, I think it would be fun to do a podcast. Like, I think it would be great. Like, that would have never happened. So, I think that's really important. And I just think about all these things that you're talking about, Racheli, and thinking about our young adults. It's so important that we also share these things with them, because no one teaches you how to do all this stuff. No one teaches you, these things that are so helpful, that we as wiser women now know all these things. It's so important that we share this with younger women, I think, too.
Yeah, of course.
So nice. My takeaway for today was just that, getting back to what's your why. And, it's something that of course I've known in the past and have assessed in the past, but reminders are always good. It's, we always need to refresh, remind, repeat, because nothing's doesn't always stick full time. Like, I laugh sometimes, my clients come in and like they think I have everything that I'm going over with them mastered. And I need reminders too. Like, even though I'm the one telling you to do it, like I need the reminder too sometimes, because when we're human, we forget things. So yeah.
That's why on the road we have those signs that tell 250 miles to Georgia, to Atlanta, to whatever. As you go, it reminds you.
Yeah. So what was your takeaway from today, Racheli?
For me was to empower young women, girls, ladies, to think outside of the box and share experiences, ask questions.
Yeah. And that's, a big point of this podcast, is for us to all be here to serve each other, to support each other, to lift each other up. It's been too common in society that we're all stepping on each other as we're crawling to the top. And, that needs to end. We all need to be in service of one another, to support one another. And, together we can reach the sky.
And there's a people that you should share those whys. I don't think that you should share it with the world on Facebook and on whatever, because I feel like I lost the respect for all this social media sort of speaks. It needs to be connections with people. Is so much more than how many clicks I got or how many likes I had, which unfortunately the younger generation, they get this endorphins every time there's a click, bling, 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 bling. And it's a false kind of, the endorphins are real, but it's a false kind of what's behind this. And if I got 150 likes versus she got 120 likes, I'm better than her. Really?
I think too, like, they forget that it's okay that you don't know everything yet. Like, we still don't know everything. Like, it's okay. You're not expected. You shouldn't know everything yet. Like, and sometimes I feel like young people feel like they must know it all, and you just can't.
I'm an eternal curiosity person.
Me too.
I want to find more. I want to read more. I want to discover more. I want to do more workshops. I want to learn more. I want to read more. And people say, well, why do you go again to this workshop? Well, why do you brush your teeth today? You brushed it yesterday. You need to remind yourself and get those things, those reminding things, to be in this type of energy versus the other one where you slid so far down. It's so hard to come back up.
Yeah, for sure. This was awesome. I love it.
Thank you.
That's going to be my new phrase. I love it, because I do. I love it.
Thanks so much for listening to our show today. If you enjoyed what you heard, please subscribe so you can get the support you need in becoming the goddess you are meant to be. Check out the show notes for information on how to connect with Allison or Julietta, as well as for links to resources mentioned in the show. Have a magical day. Well, thank you so much, Racheli, for coming on and sharing your wisdom with us. Yeah,
I'm so bad at that. Look at, okay, there we go. Hearts. We're making hearts.
So, and if you hearted the show, don't forget to go on and subscribe to our channel. Click the bell. Other side, I think it is. But anyway, there you go. And
whatever side it is, you find it.
Yes. And if you need some mortgage help, we'll have Racheli's information, how to find her, in the chat there. And have a beautiful day, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, ladies. I love you both. And
thank you.
Next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Have a great day.
Bye.